Does anyone ever feel like watch collecting isn't as fun as it used to be? Don't get me wrong, I love making Omega Seamaster videos and comparing Rolex secondary prices again, but I just feel like watch videos are starting to feel so stale and monotonous. And that's when it's time to review a truly ridiculous swatch. So this is the Swatch Simpsons collaboration, Sweet Embrace, and I got this watch for my husband on Valentine's Day. I know it's nothing too special or crazy, it didn't cost a ton of money, it isn't mechanically amazing, but it is just so fun and cute, and James is fun and cute, so it made sense. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brittany, and on this channel we just talk all things watches. But today we are talking about a swatch. Today's review kind of feels overdue. I've reviewed Casios and G-Shocks, but I've never reviewed a swatch, and it's definitely time to change that. So if you're not as familiar with the brand, Swatch was founded in 1983 in response to the quartz crisis, embracing quartz and making inexpensive, happy watches. Swatch itself means second watch, and they were always intended to be casual, disposable accessories. As of late, Swatch has been making a bunch of fun, colorful Simpson collaborations, which have called me in. They released some Christmas models, a donut model, Valentines, and even a Mother's Day one. But today, we have in the Valentines Sweet Embrace, with Homer and Marge Simpson just being in love. Now, even though this is a goofy, relatively inexpensive watch, I want to treat this like a real watch review, because there isn't a lot of good quality Swatch reviews out there. And I know when I go shopping on their website, I kind of wonder how these will fit, or I have questions around the movement. So looking at the specifications, this has a case size of 41mm, a thickness of 9.8mm, and a lug-to-lug of 47.7mm. Now this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because I always wonder how the 41mm wears, and if it would be too big on me, and of course, it is too big on me. So here's this one on my 5.5-inch wrist versus my husband's 7-inch wrist. I think a 41mm in a style like this always wears a little bit bigger than you think it will, because there isn't a big dive bezel, and colorful watches just have a larger wrist presence. If you are looking into a swatch, I'd recommend their 41mm if you have a wrist size of 6.5 inches or larger. And if you have a smaller wrist, I'd recommend looking into the smaller Swatch models. So they have a 34mm in the Simpsons range that might be a bit more proportional. I know, initially, 34mm sounds really small, but in a style like this, it wears larger than you think. But as always, it depends on how you like your watches to wear. Maybe you like it a bit more oversized, or maybe you like smaller watches. So ignore my advice and do whatever works for you. This watch, like most swatches, has a strap material of silicone, which is flexible and smooth. It has a stamped Simpsons keeper, and a case material of bio-sourced material. What does bio-sourced material mean, Brittany? You might be asking. According to Swatch, it is 1/3 biosourced material derived from castor oil and 2/3 zirconium oxide ceramic powder. This creates a material that is pretty plastic-like, but a bit stronger and softer, like your favorite toilet paper. Let's talk about the movement now. So quartz was founded during the quartz crisis, and quartz still remains their bread and butter, with most of their models fitted with a quartz movement. It's hard to find information on what actual quartz caliber they use, but I would assume an ETA, as they are also owned by the Swatch Group. Something to know about their quartz movements is they are loud. Like, can you hear this? I really hope you can. But it's loud enough that I can't have it in my bedroom at night, or else it will keep me up. Even tucking it into a drawer, I can still hear it. So we have to keep all of our swatches in a separate room. Not all of our quartz watches, just our Swatch quartz watches specifically, because they're so loud. I can't have them in the same room as me when I'm trying to sleep. Which sounds ridiculous, but James and I need our beauty sleep if we were to keep up our supermodel good looks. Looking at the price now, this one specifically retails for £96, and the Simpsons models in general range in price from £86 to £106, which, in the ludicrous world of luxury watches, isn't the most expensive, but all things considered for what it is, I think it's pretty pricey. I know people always make fun of me for being cheap. But £96 is a really nice date night with my husband. That's a really nice dinner for two here in Bristol. I remember back before I was into watches and my husband used to have to lug me around to all the watch shops. Whenever we went into Swatch, I always thought they seemed really expensive for what I was looking at. I had owned Casios before, and I just really didn't understand the Swatch pricing structure. And I still don't. I'm still that cheap penny saver in spirit. I like a good value watch, and I'm not sure these are good value, but they're just so fun that Swatch takes my money. But in general, it's just a cheap and cheerful, stupid, happy watch, which is exactly why I needed to make this video. I really felt like I needed to make something a bit different and happy. I was beginning to feel a bit dry and almost unexcited for the content I had lined up, and even a lot of the videos I've been seeing in the watch space on YouTube. A lot of watch YouTube, and certainly my channel is included in this, is beginning to feel a bit monotonous and one note. The general cycle of videos at the moment is Rolex watches that are now under retail, oh my god, a new Omega or a new watch just came out, and Tool watch luxury watch reviews. Lather, rinse, repeat. I don't know, watch collecting just feels like it's beginning to get stale, and if there's one thing watches are not, it's stale or boring or one note. So, in summary, I feel like I've failed at my job. My job is to showcase great timepieces in a beautiful and interesting way. Watches are not boring or stale or uninteresting, and if I've made them feel this way, I have utterly failed. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, but this video needed making. And you know, there are plenty of times where I've been on the Swatch website and I always thought, I don't know how this would fit. I don't live super close to a city, or, you know, sometimes I see swatches in the airport. So I thought, you know, if you are looking into swatches, hopefully this is helpful to you in any kind of way. But anyways, this was just a silly little video about a silly little watch for your midweek viewing pleasure. I'd love to know all your thoughts about Swatch in those comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And now, let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Ooh! Would you look at these names on the screen? Would you look at these names? These are the gorgeous, fabulous, amazing, wonderful. Never have they ever done anything wrong in their lives. Pope tier patrons. All tier patrons are the best, but big special shout out to the Pope tier patrons who keep the lights on here at Gringa HQ and support my work. I really hope you keep enjoying my weird little channel. You keep enjoying my work. I love making videos, and I really hope you guys keep enjoying them. Thank you so much, guys.